what's going on, ladies and gentlemen? This is Cyrus here, and I have discovered a pretty cool website called WildStar.com, and I was checking out their census for WildStar. You answer different questions, and they put it into a pie chart format, basically showing you what people are saying they're going to be playing as far as classes, races, and genders, all that kind of great stuff. So I figured, why not make a little video just kind of showcasing some of the interesting things that I see as far as what we maybe can expect come launch day, as far as all that kind of stuff goes. So first up, we have character genders. As of right now, and there are 6,602 entries so far. So a pretty good amount, but not a huge amount of entries, but that's a pretty decent amount, I would say. Right now we're looking at 68.5% male and 31.5% female. As far as this is characters, not the actual players playing the game, but the characters that they will be playing as. That is, I guess, it seems high on the female side generally. I would figure you'd see more in the range of 80%, 90% male maybe, and other similar MMOs that I've seen. But I guess there are always those guys that, for whatever their reason may be, enjoy rolling female characters for whatever reason that we won't really go into right now. But so that's slightly high on the female side, I would think, as for what I would expect it to be. But that's cool. It's a nice maybe, they mix it up a little, and so you got a little more variation rather than, majority all males running around. So that's cool. Alright, next we're going to be looking at character classes here, and coming in at the top, no surprise, 19.2% is the Spell Slinger. I mean, you get to dual wield pistols and use magic. GG, right? I mean, there you go. I mean, it makes sense that they're the very top. Next, you have Engineer. All right, yeah, I can see that. People enjoy all the little tinkering, the things you can play with the bots and stuff. Gives you sort of extra dynamic to gameplay, being that you have deployables and stuff like that. Next up is the one that I'm most interested in playing and will most certainly be rolling for my first main, is the Medic with 17.8%. They are, the name Medic can be deceiving, and I think this is one of the reasons why they're higher on the chart, is that they actually can do a lot of damage. Especially they have a good amount of burst damage with their innate when you're in PvP, which is very nice, obviously. And they also do good AoE. It's more medium range. It's not as long range as like the Spell Slinger or the Esper. It's more medium range. They wear medium armor. But yeah, you can do more than just healing with the Medic, which I think is cool. Stalker, which is the stealth class. Looks like the two melee classes are towards the bottom. Stalker, you've got your basic stealth. I guess it's been played, before. It's still really cool, and it's fun to be tricky and moving in and out of stealth, all that kind of stuff. But I guess it's just been done so much, it doesn't have as much interest. The Esper is what they say is basically the closest to your standard nuking type of mage. Very long max range casting abilities. That's a lot of their abilities you have to actually stand still and cast, and I'm wondering if that's why maybe they're kind of lower down on the list, because you can't just be on the move. A lot of the game is you're trying to be on the move to get out of the telegraphs to not take damage. Well, if you're having to sit still and cast or channel abilities and not being able to move while doing so, that will definitely cause some issues here or there. Warrior, it's been played out. Not that it's not going to be fun, I'm sure it is, but it's melee, so you're going to have to be up close and personal, which allows people that can place AoEs to be able to manipulate where you have to stand to do damage to them. I'm talking in PvP. So, if you're putting down a field and standing in it, what can a warrior do besides take the damage, So, I don't know, that combined with the fact that, everyone's played a warrior in their time. I mean, that's fairly standard stuff. They bring out the rear by a fairly big margin compared to the ones at the top. Next up, we have character races. First is the Aran, the Cassian, Mordesh, Makare, Chua, Human, Draken, Granok. The Draken and Granok are the only two that are really fallen off, sitting at around half of what the average of the other races have. And they're both the more, big bad looking races. The someone might say ugly or just big, rough, gruff, tough looking races, which generally you see a lot of times. It seems like people want to go for those fiercer looking type of races, but it appears that people are more going towards the, I don't want to say cute, but the humanistic, kind of cutesy looking races. Like you've got the Chua, then you've got the Aran, like the smaller races. Of course, you've got Human, which is down towards the bottom, which that's actually kind of surprising because generally in MMOs you see Human is one of the top, at least in my own personal experience, I've seen running around. Not that I collect the stats on all these other games, but generally it seems like you see a lot of humans in these types of games. Probably the most common, I would say. Next up, factions. Bam! Almost a perfect 50-50 split between Exiles and Dominion. That is really cool. There's nothing more annoying, especially rolling on a PvP server, which I will be doing, no doubt. There's nothing more annoying than being outnumbered just insanely. Now, that's not to say that that can't happen on certain servers, obviously, certain realms. But having a 0.2% difference, 0.2% in the other direction would be perfect, even 50-50 split. Now, it's only 6,602 entries into this census, but still I think that is quite promising for the way that they have portrayed either side, and for people that have been following the progression and watching the videos. And there's equal amount of people interested in playing Exiles and Dominion. And for myself, I think I'm going to be going Dominion most likely, just because I don't know, I like their story a little bit better. But it's really cool that just about 50-50 split. Alright, next, character paths. This, once again, is a fairly even split. Not completely even, but coming in number 1, the Explorer, which is going to be doing a lot of jump puzzly type of things from what I hear, or parkour, if you will, type jumping from thing to thing and trying to get from point A to point B, whether it be in the quickest time possible, beating a time trial, or just a very difficult puzzle where you have to jump very precisely to reach where you need to go. That's very high, which, that's cool. It sounds cool and everything. But I think for me, I don't know, I might just go with the basic soldier. I also was thinking scientist. One of those two scientists comes in second place. So that's cool. You can do things with buffs. You can make potion types of things like that. And so you get a soldier, you're pretty much killing stuff. That's pretty basic, pretty standard. And I guess that's what people are used to, and that's basic and standard, like I said. So maybe people want to try out something different, and that's why they're going, showing that they're wanting to go for the other options that are not just, hey, go kill this thing, All right, character roles. This is pretty standard, I would say. Tank coming in at the lowest end, of course. Healer a few percentage points higher, and then damage about half. Now that actually seems like a pretty decent. You're not weighted too high on the DPS side, because generally you need a lot more DPS, and that's just kind of the way it goes, and a lot more people like to play it, so it works out. I'll be one of the lesser percentages, as I'm the healer, not the lowest as a tank, but healer as a medic. So that's cool. Maybe I'll have quicker queue times for stuff. Who knows what? I don't even know if they have. They're gonna have Dungeon Finder or type stuff like that. But if they do, maybe you'll have quicker queue times as a tank. Yeah, it looks pretty standard, about what I would guess. Tank definitely the lowest, and then healer, and then obviously a much larger majority would be damage. And this is player server types. We've got 55.3% on a PvP realm. This is quite cool. I like this, that people are wanting to get out there and mix it up with the opposing faction instead of, in general, I think majority of the realms in other MMOs are PvE, just because people don't want to be bothered while they're questing to have to fight someone from the opposing faction. But it looks like this, is over half PvP server, which is pretty cool. Then there's the RP PvP, which looks like maybe somewhere in the neighborhood of 5%, something like that, 5-7%. The PvE RP also is small as well, but that's pretty cool. Thanks for watching, guys. Please don't forget to subscribe and like the video if you could be so kind, and have a great day. Thanks.